Do you ever find yourself wandering aimlessly around the map and just not really sure what you're doing, running around, climbing on rooftops, and maybe even killing just random people because you think that they may be your target? Well, don't worry guys, because everyone starts out like this when they play Assassin's Creed first, and if you follow this series we're going to show you tips, tricks and ways to make your game better, show you how to follow your targets, how to score properly, and how to get high scoring kills like this one. If you stick with this series guys, we're going to go through everything. We're going to go right from the ground up. We're going to show you how to use abilities, even just using the default abilities like I'm using right here, and how to identify your targets, pick them out from the crowd, and how best to approach them and get a good score from your kill. We're going to teach you how to subdue your attackers and turn a bad scenario into a good scenario, and we're even going to show you how to get out of situations that may seem just impossible, like this one right here where 1, 2, 3 people are coming up behind me, so that at least I can get out of there with some points in the bag and make sure that it doesn't go all bad. And we're going to start off today with simple deathmatch, and this is what I like to call the proving grounds. This is where you should begin. This is exactly where you should start out and where you should go for your first 10 levels. Now first thing guys, pay attention to the other characters in the game. No matter what character you pick, make sure that you take a note of every other character that is in the game. I have a scenario for this. I actually give them names. For like this guy right here, I give him the name Funny Hat, whereas you probably heard me calling this guy Monopoly Man. These are my ways of remembering the characters and picking them out throughout the game. In simple deathmatch guys, it's very simple. There is only one of each character, so if that's your target and you see him, that is your target. It is not a copy, it is not an NPC. That is the person you are looking for. Now one thing you have to be sure of guys, you see this blue square going around their picture. When that lights up blue, it means that they're in your line of sight. This is your method for finding your target. If that disappears, that means you're after walking out of their line of sight. So just be careful when use this to the best of your ability. Remember, running around on rooftops and things makes a big blue LT or red LT appear above your head. This is not good. This means that everyone knows who you are and where you are. So just be careful. Minimal movements are allowed. You can walk fast by holding the A button, but don't be running around or jumping on rooftops unless you know it is safe to do so. Up in the left corner right here guys, you probably see the little red arrows underneath my name. These are pursuers. These are people who are after me. Right now there are 3, and you are probably hearing whispers. Those whispers mean that the pursuers are nearby or they are close. This means that you have to be extra vigilant. You have to watch your surroundings. You have to be ready to react when you see them, like this. He still got me, but because I challenged it, I still picked up 100 points. Make sure that you always take an opportunity. And as you can see, the game has rewarded me by making sure that he is my very next target. One thing you should know about this game is that it works in threes. If you are after somebody, then more than likely someone is after you. And the person you are after is probably after the person who is after you. I know that sounds a little bit confusing, but it works in a 3-way system. So just be careful of that guys, be remembering that. For instance, this guy here was after me, but it was more than likely that my target was probably after him. That is how the system works. Now obviously sometimes you're going to get 1 or 2 or 3 pursuers, or some people are going to be put after the same character, but that's just the game, trying to even it out and trying to bring down the person in first to bring the game back to level surroundings. Make sure that you approach your target slowly, try and get the most out of it. For instance, I nearly had an incognito here, but because he moved I did not wait for it out, because he could have stunned me in that time. I just wanted to take as maximum amount of the points that I could take out of that as possible. Another thing to know guys is to use camera angles to the best of your ability. For instance, I walked around the corner here, but I didn't have to. I could have stood inside that corner and used my camera angle to look out and survey what was going on outside. In this situation here, you can see that my target is right there in that hidden crowd, but you can also see my pursuer is right there also. I will always go for the kill first in this scenario because the kill is worth more points. But as you can see, the pursuer didn't cop onto it, so I managed to pick him out as well, and I picked up a chain for that. If you do 2 actions quickly in quick succession, then you will chain them together and it is worth more points to you. That is a great way to build points in this game guys, is to change up things, and different ways of killing earn you different points. For instance, if you kill somebody from a hidden spot, it is worth 300 points. If you kill somebody from a rooftop, it is worth more points. these work into varieties. There are 5 different kills is worth a variety, 10 different kills is worth a greater variety, and 15 different kills or different styles of kill is worth an extreme variety. Always try and build towards these. These will reward you extra points that will keep you on top in and throughout the game. Never be afraid to seize an opportunity. For instance, here I am after knocking out my pursuer, but Justin Bieber, as I like to call him, spotted me taking out my pursuer, and while I was busy carrying out the action, he was able to come over and knock me out unchallenged. Remember that when you go through an action such as a kill or a stun, you are immobilized while you are doing that, and you cannot challenge the next character who may attack you. Just be cautious of things like this, guys. Same thing happens if you kill an NPC. If you kill a random computer controlled character, then you will be immobilized for 8 seconds. This will leave you vulnerable, you will not be able to kill or stun anyone, and leave you open for maximum point damage taken. Right now I'm going to show you a way to deal with scenarios like that so you are not caught out. As you are about to see right here, my pursuer is about to make a mistake and leave himself vulnerable for a whole 8 seconds. My target has just walked out of that alcove right there on the right, and he is now passing me. I have waited till the distance between my target and me is cleared so that I can stun my pursuer quite easily and I can still take out my target. If I had initiated my pursuer at a distance where I was closer to my target, then my target would have spotted it immediately and he would have been able to knock me out without me ever even challenging it or getting an attempt to kill him. Every time you kill and stun, make sure you move into an area where you are hidden and you are not in the open ground. Every map has a hotspot where most of the action will take place. Always try and remain just outside of this, but with invisibility of it. As you can see right here, I'm using the kangaroo angle to peep out into the hotspot, which is the main square of this map, but I am not actually appearing outside there. I'm starting to hear loud whispers, so I'm going to move back in here to the very back of the map in the hopes that I throw off my pursuer, but unfortunately it didn't work. He spotted me inside the crowd, so there was no escaping that one. But it's just, sometimes that will work. If you move along and you make that blue light shine up in the corner, they will panic and they will think that you're after coming into somewhere else. They'll stop dead in their tracks and start looking around. Don't run around like a crazy person like this guy right here. Immediately I knew who he was and know that he is my target. This is not the way to play the game, guys. This does not work. Maybe in games when you're a bit more advanced, such as Assassinate, which is probably the fastest paced game mode in this, but that won't work in scenario games like this. Now he's after causing me enough trouble, so I'm just going to try and take my points from him as quickly as possible. I'm also aware that there are pursuers after me and they've probably seen me running around on rooftops after him. This can be a bit annoying at times, but at least I've taken my kill points from it, and I've forced the chase out of my pursuer too, so they only gain the minimum points for the kill as well. Remember guys, it's not the person with the most kills at the end of the game who wins. It is normally the person who's racked up the most points, and the best way to do that is to challenge everything, attack everything, and just try and gain your point balance out of everything. For instance, this right here, I attempted to make a stun. Unfortunately it didn't work to my favour, but I still picked up 100 points for contesting the kill. Always try and contest the kill. If you feel there's no other option and you're not going to get out of a scenario, you might as well contest it and still keep 100 points for yourself. You'll often see people like this running around the map and just kind of sprinting along and being extremely silly, if anything. This person is going to come anywhere in the leaderboards. I promise you that. He'll probably be at the lowest end of the leaderboard, and the reason for that is because he is not picking up any points. He could get 20 kills, he could get 20 kills more than me, and at the end of the game he will only be after picking up 100 points for each kill. Because I've taken my time, I've been slow and steady, I'll be after picking up maybe 300 points a kill, at least maybe 200 points a kill. Always be aware of whispers and heartbeat. Heartbeat lets you know that you are close to your target. This is not as effective in this game mode, but whispers will always let you know when a pursuer is nearby. Like I said, walk out into an open space like I did there, and the one person who is following you is obviously the person who is trying to kill you. 9 out of 10 times this is the truth, so that is the person who is going to be after you. Just be cautious of it, just be aware of it, and use it to your ability. Always try and weed out the person who is chasing you. Remember guys, that if you're in first, then the game is obviously going to try and bring you back down to level. It's going to put more pursuers on you, and it's going to put more people chasing you, so you're going to have to be extra vigilant. Right here and now you can see that I am after picking up 3 pursuers. I'm staying in a hidden area. Now if you were after putting up enough of a point lead between yourself and second, a safe tactic to use is to stay in the hidden area, and obviously if somebody is after you, somebody else is going to be after them. Remember, it works in a 3-way system. So give it a little bit of time and let them wipe each other out. That way the area will be clear again and you will be able to move back out into the open ground and continue killing. When approaching your target, always take your time. Approach slowly. This way it builds up your meter. As you can see, the meter on the top right underneath the picture is just after growing up into incognito. Incognito is the highest your meter can go to. It means that you're completely invisible to your target. When you fill this meter, it is the maximum points you can get. You can also chain this with something like an aerial kill like I just did, which amplifies your score even more. For instance, for all that there, I just picked up 850. You can also focus your target. By focusing your target, just stick over them and the blue X over their head will show a little meter filling up around it. When this is complete, you will also pick up a focus bonus. This is worth 150 points. One of the highest kills you can get is a hidden focus incognito. That is being close to your target in a hidden group or in a hidden spot and having them focused. Like right now I am after focusing the preacher. We're nearly at the end of lesson 1, guys. One thing I will say to you is do not go spending your Abstergo credits just yet. Use this time until you get to level 10 and build up your Abstergo credits. Don't go customizing your character or anything. Wait it out and we will build an ability set next week so that you will be able to play more game loads such as Wanted or other item games such as Deathmatch if you feel risky enough to try it out. You're better off to hold on to your Abstergo credits and wait till you rank up so that you'll be able to unlock abilities. Abilities will bring a whole new aspect to this game, but don't worry guys, I won't leave you in the lurch. We are going to go through every ability, the good, the bad, the pros, the cons of it, how to use it in an alternative way than it's actually meant for, and we're going to show you ways of using it to counter other abilities. For instance, there's one ability in this game that is a little bit overpowered and I'm going to show you multiple ways of using other abilities to counter it. One last thing guys, after every game always go into the scores, check out the scores and see where you faltered and where you excelled over your other players. Work on the things that you have faltered with and try and build them up to be a little bit better. So I hope this first episode has helped you out guys. If it has, then please hit that like button. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Let me know of anything that you're struggling with and we'll try and work through it in the next episode. We're going to move on with Wanted and default abilities next week. Thanks for watching guys, hope you enjoyed and peace.